Cross hands. Embrace the tiger, return to mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Diagonal single whip. Wild horse parts main. 1, 2, 3. Grasping the bird's tail. Forward off left. Forward off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Baronetti work shuttles. 1, 2, 3. Four. Grasping the bird's tail. Forward off left. Forward off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Club hands. 1, 2, 3. Single whip. Creeping down. Golden rooster. Stands on one leg. 1, 2. Step back repulsing monkey. 2, 3. Diagonal flying. Raise hands. And step forward. Point crane. Raise wings. Left knee brush and push. Knee, let's see, bottom. And to the back. We'll just keep going through all the things that we've done already. Turn. White snake. Goes on. Parry. Blocking punch. Step forward. Grasping the bird's tail. Or upright. Go back. Press. Push. Single whip. Hands. 1, 2, 3, 5 pat horse. Resting palm. Okay. So we'll stop there. Which is, so last time I think maybe we did we do diagonal flying. Somehow we reviewed diagonal flying, I think. Maybe
Yeah. When we ended, you said I don't want to end down or
Yeah,
something, right? So that was after, I forget. Yeah.
Yeah, golden rooster. So we did golden rooster. Okay. Yes, since we all know the whole thing, we could go to the end and get that practice in. Why not? I'd like to do that sometimes. So what we like to do is practice first, then review some things, and then learn the new thing. Today, I've got a couple things that we did that are kind of not really new, but it's kind of repeat. But this is the new thing, this thrusting palm. But we all know the order already. So we just did thrusting. Let's go to the end. We'll finish and we'll go to the end of the third section. Because with somebody new here, we cannot do that. All right. So we'll continue from thrusting palm. We're almost at the end already. Back, turn, back, and right heel kick. Then punch to the groin. Then step forward, grasping the bird's tail. Forward upright. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Creeping down. Step forward. 7 stars. Step back. Ride the tiger. Turn around. And kick over lotus. Bend the bow. Shoot the tiger. Parry, block, and punch. apparent closing up. Cross hands. And closing. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's we did the third section. And let's think of something. Do you have any questions on anything in the third section? Since you both know it all, we can have a question anywhere. Okay, Lorraine.
Can we go over the step up to 7 stars?
Okay.
It's the hand.
Oh, okay. So after you kick it down, you come back up, you're like this. Then we're going to go back, okay, here. You come back up, close our foot. Then we open our left foot, open our left arm. When we go forward, I'm gonna bend my knee now, it's coming in the middle. Then I'm gonna drop, I'm gonna change to a fist in my right hand. I'm gonna make fists in both hands at the same time. I'm gonna drop my hand, keep my elbow back, come by my rib, and cross my hands. They're kind of just palm down, but diagonally with my arm. Okay, they're not lifted anymore. They're just kind of straight for like punching. So kind of straight, all right? And then with putting weight, push forward. So it looks like this from this side. Keep it down. Back up. Close my left foot. Open my right foot. Open my left foot and my left arm. Go forward and make my fist. And step out and cross up near the wrist. A little bit lower than the wrist. And then push forward with putting weight in the empty stance. Okay. Yeah, with your, now, can you turn you can turn your wrist, right, your right one? They're palm down. Yeah, they're both palm down like this, and then just make a fist.
Oh,
Yeah, like that.
oh,
There you go. So that's a different than cross hands. We cross, but they cross more in the middle of the arm, and they're both palm in. That's not near the wrist, that's the middle of the arm. This one's crossing closer to the wrist. Okay. And that's kind of if somebody goes to hit you with a big stick or something, then you go like, right? And then it catches it, you catch it there on that little crook there you made. Okay. So, yeah, so palm down. But I'll just say for my first teacher, he did do it something like this, one in and one out. That was when I first learned it. So that might be an older way to do it. But we start this way, and then we do the next one, then we do turn it to be facing each other before we separate. So maybe he would just bring those two together too early, something. Okay.
so Mike, you go palm down first, and then when you turn both of them up?
Okay. Yeah, okay, so to do the next one, after you're like this, do the next one, when you step back, you're gonna turn, right? With the turning, you're gonna rotate them this way, so they face towards each other.
Ah,
So the left one faces down, and the right one will face up, basically.
ah.
Here, they're gonna turn and be wrist to wrist, and facing,
They both turn.
they both turn clockwise.
Okay, got
Okay.
it, thanks.
And you do that with the stepping. So by the time you step, your right arm should be pointed straight. Then when you shift back, you pull it straight back. Okay, so it goes from being in the center line here. When you turn, if you don't change, it's going to go over to the right side. And you step back and you rotate them and then you shift back and you leave your right arm forward, kind of feel pushing forward. I mean your left arm, I'm sorry, the front arm. And you pull the right arm back, and it should point forward now. And then you change to, well, I say punching, I'm not punching. You change to the, from the heel, you can't see my foot. From the heel, to the ball, land on the ball. Okay. So the other interesting thing about this one is you turn them, you separate them, and then right at your hip, it's palm up. I want you to go and turn it, make a little circle and turn it to face out. Turn it. Oh, okay, to face out. You cannot do that with your on your wrist, I guess. But here, turn it, and then make this big, like half a circle, up over your head. I need to get a wide angle camera. I don't like to stand so far back here. So from here, turn it and come up with, and then open your hand near the top. So the end position for this one is like white crane, but you get to it differently, right? So white crane we do this way, and this one we do with turning and punching from the side, and then open your hand at the end. So they look the same at the end. I'm not sure. Let me think. Why do we open our hand? I guess because you don't need fists to block. So if somebody was going to hit you on the head, you could just go okay, and just swing it up and protect yourself. You don't need a fist for that. So that's one way you can do it with your hand open, or you could do it with punching. The other idea was that you punch somebody in the head, right? So if you pull them in, it's kind of like striking tiger part, the striking part to the side of the head, right? So just either way, I guess. But we do it with the fist, and then we open at the end to show that we could do it with open hands too. When you play with it, you could do either. You could do some one way. You should do it the same way probably that we always practice it. But you might practice it with just your hands open. You might practice it with the fist open. You can still protect yourself with your fist. So with just the hand or with the fist at the end, you still protect your head. Okay. Well, let's review something else. Let's review something. Oh, let me see you do last week's thing, which is golden. Was it creeping down and golden rooster? I think, right? I don't know if I really saw you do it. Did I see you do it? So get from single whip, and then do the creeping down, and then golden rooster. 1 and 2. Oops. Okay. All right, so let me see you do it. Okay. On your own, go. On your own speed. From single whip, Lorraine? Okay. 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 So, all right, so we'll look at it this way. After we come back up, and we'll come back up to single whip. Then here, then go forward, keep your left head up, drop your right hand in front of your thigh, stand up, okay? Then when you sit back, turn, rotate your left hand face to the right, and then you're on your heel, stand up and lift up and push down. So try to get the coordination, try to feel this, lift up, push down, stand up together, stand up, lift up, push down, all together. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so if you cannot stand, I would say if you cannot stand up, then I would say you could just do this. Here, I would say bend your knee, come like this and go and just stand up. And maybe don't lift, you can't lift your knee, then just stand up and maybe just touch, you see, just touch it with the ball of your foot. Just, just get it, stand on one leg, that mainly, and just touch, just so you have balance. Maybe tilt it down a little bit.
Can you do a tap step as an accommodation?
Well, that's what I think, that's what I'm doing. So here, here, and then forward, and then here, I'm bending my knee, and I go to stand up, but then just get to here, just touch here. Okay, so don't stand on both feet. Pick up your heel and just stand up, your left leg straight. But if, I don't want you to lose your balance or have that feeling you're gonna lose your balance. So then this would be enough, just stand up and lift your heel up. So then the second one, you can step back, turn, and then I'm sitting, stand up, and then just touch with the toe, your ball of your foot, okay? So just, that would be fine, I think. It's just to show the upness, the up with the lifting and the pushing down to help you stand up. That's the idea, that you have a hold of them and then you push down on them to help you stand up. So those go together, and the standing up goes with the lifting. And the standing up goes with the knee too, but if you cannot do that part, then try to show the coordination of those other parts. The idea of the kick, it's a kick also. Not sure, I'm gonna show it a different way maybe, but it's a knee kick. So if you grab them and then you basically like launch yourself in and kick them in the front here with your knee, right? So when you do it, if you could do this one, Lorraine, maybe don't worry about this either. Then try to show open, turn, okay? Try to show turning instead of, how do we do 7 stars? Nowadays, we do 7 stars. We just basically go, because it's similar stepping up. We just basically go here, and from here, basically step out. We're basically already take the turning out of it. Okay, so here, you could show turning. Okay, show some momentum, or you can practice it at least with some momentum, and then that will be in your body, and then it has that in it. Okay, in the senior form, I think we take it out. In the essential form, we took it out because both of them go backwards. That's just up and down only. But in the long form, we have going forward to kick with your knee, to knee them. Okay. Okay, and that's a good feeling, I think. That feeling used to be in the 7 stars also, but it seems like we have taken it out. Okay, and what I mean from that is, it used to be, because you're turning, you're gonna go from here, hip back to empty stance. So you're turning your body. And so we were putting that with punch, okay? Show that with punch. We have that, I think, still in the saber form. But in the hand form now it looks like we've taken that out to basically just cross and push forward with weight. We've taken out the turning to punch. You can still do it with that. But that used to be the major thing we were doing. It was 2 things. It was punching and it was also just blocking. And now it's almost all just blocking. So it's been simplified. Okay, so that's Golden Rooster. We didn't look at creeping down, but oh yeah, Lorraine, you have something? You want to say something, Lorraine? Yes, no? Lorraine? You're muted? Okay.
Can we do the bend the bow and shoot the tiger?
Oh, okay. Okay, so after we spin around and then we do the lotus kick. We spin around and then we kick the lotus. And so you stand like this, you get that. Then we're standing up on one leg. Then we're going to come down, and with going down, you can feel pulling down. Okay, pull down, and swing your arms back to the corner direction. This is the corner. You're going to bend your knee and go to your bow stance. You're going to try to stick your both fists towards the left corner. Okay. So from here, with your open hand, stand near the end here, make the fist, and then bend your knee and strike out to the corner direction. Okay. So you have one bow stance to this. What corner is it? It's this corner over here. It's 10:30. So you have a bow stance at 10:30. The end position is you're looking at 7:30, and you're pointing your fist at 7:30. Okay. So let me see let me see how you do it. Start. Okay, start like this then. Stand on your left leg. You do it like this. Put your hands to the corner, 7:30 corner. We're going to kind of make a circle, okay? From 7:30 back, and then back to 7:30, okay? So here, sit and step and pull down. Bring your hands back, look to the right, and then bend your knee, look to the left, and punch. Okay. Try to have your right fist by your temple. Okay. So by the temple, you can look this way, you can still see. If you have it too low, then when you look, it's blocking. So try to not have it block your vision. All right. So higher than your eyes. And then the punching is this is the interesting part, I think. This is easy, I think. Here, and then make your fist, and then just up towards your temple. That's easy. Up by your temple. Okay. What else do we have? Something like that? It's the same place as bend through the back. It ends at the same place. So that's you feel like it goes there. But we don't have a thing where you punch right next to your temple, right? We do this, we do some other thing, but they're not next to your head. The bend through the back, that's just coming towards you. It's not punching, it's pulling or follow. So from here, then this one is easy. Punch and end up by your temple. This one is harder, the left hand. So from here, bring your left elbow back. Okay? Bring your elbow back, punch out. Okay? So try to cock it and then punch out with it. Instead of what you might think of doing, instead of swinging it out, it's punch, okay? But you can't just punch from here. You need to bring your elbow in, and then your arm will be kind of pointed in the right direction and you can punch out. Try it. Let me see, try it. Okay. Okay, try to do it together. Like this, look. Sit, pull down. Now my foot is flat. Make your fist, punch. Try to have both fists get to the final place at about the same time. Okay, so don't do your right hand and then the left hand. Try to do the right hand slower. It doesn't have to go as far. So move it a little slowly so that at the end you're finishing together.
What's the footwork that goes with that?
Okay, so the footwork is I'm standing on one leg, my left toe points straight, my knee to the corner. I sit and step with my heel. With putting my foot flat is when I pull down and turn. Then with bending my knee, bow stance to the corner with the punching. Okay, okay. Do you feel the punching? So here's the punching. This is punching. I'll do it towards the camera. Look, punch, see? Punch. Punch to the corner, that's it. So here, punch. Feel punching. Not too much, you can't have too much of a circle to get there. It needs to come like straight out. Okay? But the weird thing is that you're moving in a different direction. Usually when we strike, we're going in the same direction. You know, like the knee brush or Fair Lady Work shuttles, we're going in that direction. This is where we're punching 90 degrees. So here I'm just turning it to be to the straight direction. So it's like this, it's like punching over here, but I'm going over here. You know, I'm moving this way. So I think for this one I don't think I can really do. That's how you kind of do it. That's what it looks like. But there are ways that to generate kind of exploding energy, right? And we have it in the weapons. So the weapons, it's kind of like, you know, bam, you know, kind of a feeling. You extend your leg. Well, you kind of have to have that here, I think. You go bam, you go forward and go bam, and it's off in a different direction, but still, you know, you feel everything exploding kind of feeling, okay? You go this direction, this goes that direction, but you're going with, you know, with the power coming from kicking the floor, basically. So it's harder to feel because I'm just going forward. But when we practice this sometimes, which we haven't done for a long time, you go into your bow stance, you push for the back, and then you push in the front to stop yourself. You push, okay? Push, and you stop yourself going forward. If I didn't stop myself and just pushed, I would push myself over, right? So in going slowly, when we do the hand form, usually we just kind of go here, we just go there, right? But if I really push hard, I would push myself over without pushing back. So it's kind of like kick. It's kind of like kicking the floor. Master Yang can do it. If you stand next to Master Yang and he does something with energy, it feels like it feels like this in the floor. You can feel it on the concrete floor, rippling past you, you know, like a wave. You know, that's the back foot and then the front foot, bam, bam. And that generates, I think, like a pulse up. You're made out of liquid. You're made out of water, mainly, right? So that bam, bam, which you can feel in the floor, comes up from his feet and then out. And then, so you just need to go like, and touch them at the same time. You put this with it, and then the pulse from your feet at the same time, when you hit them, then you can really hit them with it. So, you know, I cannot do it. I'm maybe too old to learn how to do it actually now, because you know, it's probably hard on your leg, your knees and stuff to get better at do it harder and harder and harder till, you know, kicking the floor makes something come out. You can imagine if you went and touched someone and you went like kick, and at the same time, you know, that you are touching them, the kick seems to go into them. That's kind of what it is. So Master Young did that to me one time. I felt him before. He'll be up there talking and I might be standing next to him. He's going to show something on me. And he's like, it's like this. And I can feel it in the floor. Other people are too far away. They don't feel it. And then, so once he showed me, like, he did a press at me, right? It's like this. And I went like this. It just knocked me back. My head, it might push my body back and make my head forward, right? Could have hurt myself, actually. So, and I went like, you know, 10 feet. He didn't throw me off the ground, actually, because he pressed kind of down. That's what I think he was showing. If you press somebody up or you push up, they'll go, and they'll kind of land like, like, oh, that was, I could feel it, I got moved. But if you push somebody down, then it pushes their center down and they will end up running like this. They will be running back, trying not to fall backwards. So that's just a weird thing that you can see somebody push and you can't tell, but how they push into the person can make them go run. If you might see some videos, some of them are fake, I think, but some of it is like they push the guy, it's like, it's like, well, he just obviously just doing that. But you feel like you're going to fall over if you don't run backwards, and it's hard to run backwards. All right, so anyway, so Master Young can do it very hard. He's the only one I know who can do it really hard. I'm sure all the other masters can do it hard too, but you want to say something, Renee?
No, that's just really cool. I didn't know the up and down, and that's why they're bouncing. Basically, they're bouncing is what they're doing.
Yeah.
When they're pushed down like that, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, because if you, right, yeah.
So when we
That's
teach
cool.
push, we teach it, we say we're being nice. We go like this, and we come down, and we push a little bit up. And when we practice with each other, that's kind of how we push, just kind of that way. We don't practice pushing down into them, because then you could fall and then you get hurt. We don't want to get hurt. We also practice when we do it with two people. We're practicing and pushing on them. We want to go and like grab them and stop them, just because who knows, they might trip and then fall down, break their arm. It doesn't take much, and then it takes a long time to get over it. So our style, I would say this, our lineage comes from the second son, maybe, of the founder, Yang Luchan, which is Yang Jianho. The first son was Yang Banho, and he was known to be very mean, or kind of mean, okay? So he would taught people Tai Chi, but he would practice on them and then break their arm, and then nobody wanted to be his student, Yang Jianho, the brother, he was nice to everyone, and people wanted to be his student. So he had a lot of students. And then his son, Yang Chengfu, is who our school is named after. And okay, so that carries on that lineage of being nice and not hurting anybody. And the other lineage just kind of died off. There's still people that say they come from that lineage, but maybe there isn't really proof of it, maybe. So, and I don't know if they can practice that way anymore. It's just that you can't have very many students if you're really, okay, we're going to do, there was a student at our school a long time ago before I was teaching there, really, and nobody wanted to practice push head with him because he had been taught by somebody who thought, well, Tai Chi is for fighting, and so he'd always be like, bam, hitting you with his shoulder and get you and just always like, ah. And if you just had to be able to absorb something, right? Because he kept doing that, right? And nobody else wanted to do, so I ended up doing it with him because somebody had to. But he ended up practicing with Master Yang, and they ended up like going through one of those closets, that bifold door closets, like it's not a door that opens, it slides open, and they like end up going backwards into a closet, one guy trying to overpower the other one. But then it becomes very external, I would say. External is just always use hard. Tai Chi, the trick of Tai Chi and what makes it different than other martial arts is we use soft and hard together, which means if they're coming at you hard, you need to learn how to sort of catch it and make it not hurt you. You just can't go as hard all the time. Then we call that external. That's every other martial art, practically, right? It's just kick and hit as hard as you can. So that's what makes Tai Chi different. And Xing Yi and Bagua. So there's the soft style. Okay. Well, let's go on. Let's see, today we'll do, we had two things we're going to do for practicing. Okay, one of them is turn and white snake spits out tongue. Okay, that was one different thing out of that whole sequence that came out of the second section. Okay, so that from that whole sequence, that is like turn and chop with fist, and it's turn and chop with this all the way to here, And then at the end, you open your hand. Okay, boom, okay. Just at the end, you open your hand. And you imagine you went to hit them, they got almost out of the way, bing, hit them in the eye. Okay, hit them in the eyes with your fingers, okay? And hit them in the with your fingertips, okay? So otherwise, turn and chop with fist is to imagine hitting them in the face, okay, in the nose with the back of with your palm, your back of your palm, with your fist. So let me see you do it. It's the same. We do turn and chop with fist basically, I think, 3 times in the form. Back and turn. And back and make your fist. And step out and chop and open your hand. Make your hand be nose high, your own nose high. High enough, see it? Not too low, high. The idea of these, turn and chop with fist, this sort of repeat, so I don't want to spend too much time on it, but it's a 1-2 type of thing. So you go here and hit them towards the face, and most people will have a reaction to that, right? They're not going to let you hit them in the nose, right? So they'll go, ugh. Now when they're like this, they're unbalanced, basically. They're going backwards. So then the other hand, bam, and you strike them then. They'll be less likely to defend the second thing. The first thing they can get out of the way of. So if all you did in fighting was just keep doing one thing, you need some kind of boom, boom, right? And the second one gets in. The first one is just to make them, flinch. So here's one of the things that are like that. 1, 2, okay? So I want you to do it like this. They're all like this. Back and turn, make a big circle. Get your hand in front of your stomach. Your bottom hand in front of your stomach. Back and make your fist. Step out and throw your hand out and then open it near the end. Okay, and then both stance and strike with the left hand. Okay, but that's repetition. The only new thing is open your hand at the end. Okay, boom, boom. In one of the Jet Li movies, he's got that movement in it, basically. I don't think, maybe not the whole turn, but he goes boom and then hits the guy in the eye. Okay, so that's in, what's the name of that one? It's the one where he goes, oh, it's the one called Famous Master or something like that, or Master of Legend, I think is one, where he's fighting the tall Japanese general or whatever, the killer, they call him the killer. Okay, so he's got that fist to the face, and then open your fingers at the end. All right.
I got a question. So with the turn, body, and chop with fist, it's like closely following that boom is closely following that heel set. So is this like a sort of a 3 count, kind of like it's 1, 2, 3, or is it 1, 2?
Yeah, I think it's more like one. It's more like a flick it out. So it isn't like you go, because you couldn't do that. I don't think you couldn't go and try to hit them and then miss and then do it. It would be too late. So
okay.
It's more like flick at the end. Here you intend just to hit at them. If you miss, it doesn't matter what you do, right? So if you're missing, you might as well just use your fist. But if you are going to hit them in the face, then one more thing, hit them in the eye. Too.
Okay, so it's a direct substitution. It's not an add-on.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. It's just a different sort of fist technique.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So here's the other thing. I want you, when you do it, to have this feeling. I'll do it this sideways. I want you to feel, step and throw it out together. So from here, boom. Okay. So I want you to feel both your foot and your hand go out from your stomach. Look at me. From your stomach, boom, like that. Okay, I want you to feel it's like a circle around your elbow. Circle from your elbow. See? Boom. From your stomach, down to up, and from back to forward. And you're at the same time, you're stepping, and then just as, we talked about push, just you reach out and you push, and that gives you an extra tilt of extra momentum of your body. You're going forward, you stop yourself, and that makes you whip, gives you whippiness. So use some whippiness. Can you do it higher though, Berlin? Your nose height. Oh, it's still a little bit low to me. Height, yeah, higher. Okay, I want you to like this. Take a look. I want it to look like this at the end, like this. See, like this, not like this, like this. Yeah, the back. So for this one, we're using the back and just to smash their nose with it. Okay, we're not looking to use like in Chinese. I learned like that. That's a better shape. This shape. Okay, not this shape. This shape. All right. Yes. So from here to here, the name is. I don't even know what the name of the real thing is. It's like a mace, is it? I think it's okay, you heard that before too. I think is what it is. But I don't know, a mace is just a stick, right? And a ball. It's not the one with a chain. There's another one with a chain. I think that's a star or something like that.
Is it a flail?
Oh yeah, maybe it's a flail. Okay. So I think it means just with a stick one, I think. Just kind of swing it out and it's heavy on the end. You swing it and you hit the thing with it, okay? All right, so try to have that feeling, not this feeling. Here, not just that, okay? That is not going to be connect. That happens when you stop yourself with your foot, right? That amount happens then. And it looks like that, but it should be an artifact of your weight stopping. That's whippiness. But don't just put your arm there and then just do whippy only. Throw it there, okay? Throw it out. If you practice it harder, throw it from your stomach out, okay? And then you stop yourself and put weight just near the end. So, and get some whippiness into it. But then when we do it in the form, to be clear, we just do it like this, okay? We just do it slow. But I want you to practice it, if you can, harder and try to feel how that would work, okay? You're throwing things around. Master Young, I asked him once, what does it feel like? Push, right? Push is, you might think, oh, it's like, I think Nancy says it sometimes. It's like you're gonna push a car. It's not like pushing a car. It's like throwing a basketball. It's like throwing a ball. Boom, and you just throw it out. And if the ball hits the guy and you throw it hard enough, he'll go, knock him down. And if he gets out of the way, it doesn't affect you, right? You go boom, and it connects or it doesn't, but you're still the same, all right? That's what it should feel like. You throw this out. If it hits him, he goes away. If it doesn't get to him somehow, it doesn't make you fall over. A big heavy rock, right? That's not throwing. You can't throw a big heavy rock. So.
Okay, that's interesting because because you're not feeling the pressure of that push from the beginning of the push. With a ball, you're just driving it out there. You're not feeling the weight of that from the beginning of the push like you do if you're pushing a car, because you got to get it started. You got to push from the very beginning.
That's right. So it's more like throwing a ball. Yeah.
Okay.
Not a heavy rock where you're just holding it would be hard.
Yeah.
So it's not throwing a rock at someone. So that just goes to show the things you should imagine, or if you're going to practice harder, faster, and what it would really feel like. In push hands, Lynn's in the push hands class, Lorraine. And so we've gone and we pushed each other around to see if we can push each other, right? So you take them and you push on them, and sometimes they don't move, and you just go, and you push yourself back. You actually need to learn how to do it. And then we make circles and turn that into a push, okay? And can you get coordination to deflect them and come back with pushing. So that's all, it seems like it should be easy. And when we teach it, we always say, well, this is easy. Everybody knows how to do this. But that's not true.
Yeah. No, that's really interesting. It's just like if you could get the feeling of a ball with a person, then you can move them. But if you're trying to move them like they're a car, then forget it.
And when you do push hands, everyone can attest. If you're doing it right, then when you do something, they go far, and you just it feels like this to you, and to them they're like, whoa, like that. That's what it should feel like. Then you're doing it right. Then you have the energies right. Okay, and not that energy is that I know I can't do anything extra special with the energy, but the coordination, everything together makes it easy for you, and it makes it feel that they cannot resist it. Makes it irresistible for them and makes it easy for you. Then you're doing it right. If it's you and them and pushing on each other like that, then you're not doing it, and that's not getting anywhere. And that's not any skill. That's what anybody could do. They push you, you just push back like that. That's nothing, right? So we want to get to the easy for me to do this, and it makes you get thrown down. The other thing we did, okay, let's go on. The other thing we did was thrusting palm. So we did high pattern horse like before, high pattern horse, and then thrusting palm. Hello. Thrusting palm. So the thrusting palm, after you do high pattern horse, you're like this, empty stance. We step a little bit wider for a bow stance. And then the left hand is going to come out just basically like this, okay? Straight out from our shoulder and up a little bit, higher than your neck height, okay? Just a little bit, not straight out, up a little, tilted up a little bit, okay? So like from here, step wider than there. So that they go together. This is one movement in our the list of movements. We have done high pattern horse before. This is high pattern horse / thrusting palm. You go to strike them in the neck, and then somehow that doesn't work. Then you grab them and you pull them towards you, and then you grab their neck with the other hand. Okay, so that's the two things, right? So this one, maybe you don't even care. You reach out, let them stop, you grab them, and then go into bow stance, go forward and grab them. The first one we do, high pattern horse, is empty stance. So that kind of means they're coming towards you. So they come towards you, you try to grab and pull them towards you, try to hit them in the neck. Okay, and you don't take a step, but you don't go forward. And then that doesn't work, then you grab them and then grab them this way. I don't know what you call that, but like an eagle claw or something. Is that eagle claw? I don't know. And you grab their neck upside down. Okay, like that. So that's what it is, but we're not going to show it that way. We're going to show it with our palm open, all right? And just go like that and just come out straight and just palm up. Okay. I broke my finger once, so it makes my hand look, my hand doesn't look right. So here, keep my fingers closed. Okay. The right hand is, we're just going to bring and come under the left arm. And we're going to, at the end, I think we're going to be our arm square. I guess maybe your body is not totally square, but my arm, I think, is square. Okay. So yeah, and I think you could touch the middle of your upper arm if you want, I think. But you don't have to, I think.
After high pattern horse,
Yeah.
do you take a step before you thrust out palm, or you don't take
Yes. Yes, so you're like this, here, high pattern horse. Then you shift back a little and you step wider for the bow stance. Then you go in your bow stance and launch out your left hand. Okay. And then when you do that, you just bring your right hand to the left and then come up over it. Okay, just go over your right hand and bend it in and end up like this. Okay. Okay, that looks good.
Okay, got it.
So that's a pretty easy one, too. Let's see. And then we did, we went all the way through to the end. Maybe we'll probably stop there for the new thing. So But we don't have time to practice the whole thing, I don't think either, the whole second section again either. Let me think. We'll start from here. How about this? We'll start from here. We'll start from needlessly bottom. And then we'll go to thrusting palm. Fan through the back. Turn. And white snake. Spits out tongue. Then parry, block, and punch. Then step forward, grasping the bird's tail, ward off right, roll back, press, push, then single whip, crowd hands, 1, 2, 3, and single whip. Then high pattern horse, thrusting palm. Okay. That's good to do, I think. Just to start some random place in the form and then just start doing it, right? Then you'll have a better feeling of the whole form and what it kind of, how it fits together. I know some people at the beginning, when, especially when they are teachers, like, all right, do this movement. And there's like, I don't know where we are. And they can't do it. You know, it's like, do needlessly bottom. What comes before that? They don't know. They can't remember how two things go together. So it's good to think, to play with it a little bit like that. If you're practicing every day, you've got to find some way to fill up that hour. Okay. All right, well, let's stop here. Any more questions? Anything? No? All right. We'll stop here then. Thanks very much. And see you guys next time. Bye.
Thanks, Mike. Lots of
Yeah.
interesting stuff today. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Mike. See you.
Thank
next
you.
week.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.